Due to inflation, one good girl is now worth 1,132.13 bitches.
That's right, folks. I'm still trying to check in with that guy to get him over here on the show, on the panel, with his drum and everything. But it's very difficult trying to communicate with him through a text me now phone and shit, whatnot. In Africa or whatever, whatnot. It's very difficult. The Wi-Fi is not so good over there in fucking Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Now that Shuri's Black Panther, the technology is really falling off. Right, so instead of 5G, they have 0.25G.
Stop it.
Anyways, folks, this is the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel podcast where, we do things like when we're trying to help your family doing some kind of like professional RO unit bullshit with your water type deal. Your reaction to trying to help out is maybe if Shuri or Ironheart were here, they can fix it. You know what I'm saying? just sprinkle some vibranium on that. Anyways, but no, folks, we're here to do a new Jasmine collaborative inspired creation of a Sunday MCU Bleeding Edge show where we're actually going to cover, can you believe it or not old shit for once, but new shit. As in what the title says. MCU, DCU, rumors, events, news, discussions, whatever. That's what we're going to do. Whatever happens throughout the course of the week. I got what?
Slow clap.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Whatever's going on between Monday go up until Saturday evening is whatever events occur, we're going to try to cover on the Sundays. We'll bounce back and forth between MCU and DCU to the chagrin of the MCU girl, who's I guess now the MCU demon.
MCU demon today.
Okay, that's perfectly fine with me.
If anybody
Jasmine,
plays Bendy in the
thank
machine,
you.
comment sheep.
Most definitely. Jasmine, thank you for deciding to join me on this expedition to go into new Bleeding Edge territory and actually cover real-time rumors and news with the MC. We've never really done it before. I've only done a couple specials. So thank you for being willing to embark on this experiment.
No problem. Totally here for it.
As you like to describe She-Hulk. The experiment, baby. Hey, come on. It's all fun. I don't know. I really don't know, sweetheart. I don't know. Anyways, but either way, so the MCU girls here. We are the MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel podcast. All I really have to say about that is subscribe, follow the podcast, especially when it gets caught up in real time, which would be nice. That since it is, my job. And hey, do me a favor, like this, and hey, support the MCU's Bleeding Edge by getting in the comment section and just say hello and thank Sally and thank Jasmine for being here. If anything, for taking the time to sit here and entertain your ass. Bendy, excuse me. Bendy, support them at least, let them know that you appreciate them and whatnot. They're here on a Sunday. They're here to entertain you on the multiple platforms that we're living on right now. Rumble, shout out to you, Twitter Live, Periscope, whatever the fuck you're being called now. Thank you for Bendy that. Bendy, that's a good sound effect, actually. Very authentic. Besides that, ring the bell, baby, so you know we're live. Jasmine,
Except me.
any initial thoughts on this this new expedition we're going to be going on here on Sundays in the Bleeding Edge verse? Are you feeling optimistic?
I have no words. No,
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
That's no good. That's not good, folks. That's not good, folks.
Not good.
When you ask
Very
one of your regular guests if they're optimistic about the direction of the show, and they've got no words. Oof.
Hey, It's a new thing. I won't know until it's over.
I'm just kidding. It's just I only expect a response like that from Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dodge can't talk. So, like, I mean, at that point, he really can't have any opinion. But anyway, yeah, whatever. Bendy, I'm not even going to ask what your thoughts are, since you're not even like in this. You're not even living in real time anyway. Usually, so
no thoughts.
Like
head empty.
the shows themselves might be beyond you. They might be beyond like where you're actually at in life.
What? How dare you?
Like being on the show might be like a time warp for you, like some Avengers Endgame shit.
Let's do the time warp again.
Anyway, anyways, folks. So no, we're here, as it says in the title and the description. Andrew, let me see what you got here. GNN Mooglenator. Okay, I like that. That's cool. What up, Andrew? What up, brother? What up, brother? Anyways, Andrew, of course, lives over the Pacific Coast in the time zone that I don't live in. So, what is going on, Andrew, at 4 something p.m.? It must be nice. I can't imagine. But here we are. We're going to talk about right off the bat, Jonathan Majors. Apparently, there's all kinds of shit spreading around right now online. I don't know what the hell to really think what's true or not. But now apparently he's assaulted multiple women. At least they're claiming that. But then again, I don't know if anybody out there really honestly didn't think that was going to happen. I kind of saw it coming. It's happened before with other actors and actresses and other superstars. Once the spigot opens, before you know it, all kinds of people start popping out of the background wanting to eat. So whether any of that's legit or not, we don't know. What we do know is the woman whose name I don't know, because obviously for legal reasons, since Jonathan Majors has been charged with crimes here, which I'll describe, officially in a moment. Apparently, of course, they're not releasing her name. I'm sure you probably can find it if you want to look hard enough. I haven't tried. Either way, bottom line, it's been a lot of back and forth, right, Jazz? I mean, when did this first occurred? Like almost a month ago, I think. And initially,
I
right
think a month ago, maybe
3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. And initially, right off the bat, like the first thing we heard was that the lawyer said that he had evidence, right? He had tapes or something like that were going to audit, that were just going to straight vindicate him. And also, it turned out that the evidence they had was the woman herself texting him, saying that she was recanting what happened.
The lawyer.
Yes, and she wasn't recanting. She was saying that whatever happened was overblown. It was blown out of proportion, right? And that she was going to straighten it out. That she wasn't going to do him wrong like that or whatever and whatnot. Now whether this is, who knows if that's even real or not. We don't know. But that's what it said. So she didn't recant anything. She didn't say he didn't do anything to her. Right? But there was a premise in these text messages, almost as if maybe she started the situation, if possible. Like maybe she started an argument with him and got him upset, or who knows, right? We weren't there. So, our official statement here at the MCU's Bleeding Edges, Bendy, Jasmine, and I do not know the innocence or the guilty, whether or not, he's guilty or not. We don't know. I don't know Jonathan Majors personally. I don't know. Go ahead.
It is definitely alleged. All alleged. Allegedly.
That's right. Yes, and we don't know him personally, right? We don't know what kind of background. I don't know anything about his history. Right. I've never heard of him ever having any legal problems before, ever in the past. But he has lost a lot already because of this. A lot. Now, Bendy, I know you're aware of this situation, but are you aware of like the impact on his actual career as of right now, just based off what's happened so far?
The only thing I know about this man is the abuse allegations and that he's playing the Kang the Conqueror. So,
and that's perfectly fine.
That's all I really know.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's all I just wanted to know. I wanted to establish what you knew and what you didn't know. You know, and as you already know, I think it's good to have people. It's good to have anybody on that's maybe not fully inundated on this in this situation, so they can give their kind of outside opinion on what's going on. So, Jasmine, when this initially happened, what was your initial reaction?
I'm pretty much very Johnny Depp about it. I'm staying out of it until we go to court.
From jump, I'm talking about. From jump.
From jump, I immediately was like, I'm staying out of this. This has nothing to do with me. I hope Disney stays out of it until the court date, because all of this is alleged and we don't know what's going on until the court date, when it really happens. And I hope that they get this court date going soon, because the longer it goes, like they did Johnny Depp, the more that comes, the more screwed the actor is.
I love Johnny Depp. We are
Sometimes,
team
Jasmine,
Johnny in this house.
no, I love Johnny Depp too, but sometimes, Jasmine, the legal process just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But like I said, I hope. That's all I can do. Because the longer it goes, the worse it is for the actor. It's worse for the victim. It's worse for the internet, because the internet will internet. They will be interneting. And
that's the thing, though. The courts don't care. They don't care about that.
Oh, we know.
They don't.
Yeah,
they don't care about. They don't care, and they shouldn't care, because that's not their responsibility. That's not their role to judge what the public thinks or whatever. No, if we get to a point where that's what our judges and that's how our courts start to work, then I don't know if I really want to live in this country anymore. To tell you the truth, to be honest with you, I don't know if this would be a good place to live anymore, because there are countries right now that do things like that, and I don't. It's not a good thing. But now, Bendy, well, I'm still going to call you Sally because you are fucking Sally. You can't just change your fucking name, whatever, fucking willy nilly. But whatever, Sally.
I mean,
Bendy,
it is my profile.
Okay. I mean, I like Bendy. Don't get me wrong. You know, but Bendy, you tell me, when you initially, now, I know you probably weren't heavily invested in this, but when you initially heard this, you do know, right, that that he's instrumental as Kang, as the main villain, and basically, I think the next phase 5, phase 6, and phase 7.
Yeah, I got that.
So
I caught that.
No. So at that point, when you first heard about this, right, what did you think to yourself?
I just was hoping for not another Johnny Depp bullshit. I'm hoping the girl at the same time isn't lying, but I also hope the best for everybody in the situation, because we don't know the girl's name. We don't know if she's famous or not, so we don't know if she's lying or not.
A window?
Amber Heard lied about everything. So, like...
Well, the Amber Heard situation...
Hoping for not an Amber Heard situation.
The Amber Heard thing, I get where you're... I get where you're coming from, but we're not far enough into the situation for this to even be a comparison of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know much of Jonathan Majors' work, so I don't really have the ability to form an opinion.
They only see your chair.
No, Johnny Depp, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing is something that's totally unique. Like, it's something that only happened with Johnny Depp, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on Amber Heard, like, you're not going to see another that thing happen again. I don't think ever. Like, that's
actually happened with Marilyn Manson.
Oh no! I'm not saying it didn't happen before. I'm saying you're never going to see it happen again. That's my point. I don't see it.
It happened with Marilyn Manson. That's the thing.
It did?
Yeah.
Well, you told me something about that. Yeah. But we don't. But do you know for sure that exact thing happened to him?
The alleged thing is that he abused multiple women, but Evan Rachel Wood, we got to remember, is a very good friend of Amber Heard. So she could be lying. She could be telling the truth. Manson is Marilyn. All right, Manson, so basically innocent until proven guilty, and so is Jonathan Majors. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What?
We just lost Jasmine.
She's right here.
She is?
Yeah, you
Are
don't
you
have.
sure
Yeah,
about that?
calm down, Sally. Calm down.
Oh,
down, Benji.
hi.
Hello.
Hey, Jasmine, you look more visually like clear now, and your color looks better and everything. What happened?
My phone was acting up, so I had to switch.
Oh, so now you're on the web. You're on the, now you're on the Logitech.
I'm on my tablet, my iPad tablet.
Is this the tablet? Is this the tablet cam or is this the Logi?
This is the tablet cam,
Really?
right?
Apple
It's not.
sucks.
That's not bad. Actually, it's pretty decent.
Right?
Yeah, it's your video quality with that is actually pretty decent. It's pretty solid.
Apple.
But no, and I'll tell you, my only initial thoughts when it first happened was just like similar to Jasmine. I had no reaction and I had no opinion. There's no reason. There is no reason at all in these situations to jump to any kind of conclusion. If you don't know shit, why would you even waste your time or your breath, even making assumptions?
Cancels too quickly.
Well, either way, overall, in terms of what Jonathan Majors has lost, okay, because of what happened, essentially, he has. If I can find the proper article that will actually cover everything. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff on Jonathan Majors on. Wow, he's on fire on the internet right now.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
Okay, for the New York Post, Disney facing looming Jonathan Majors crisis with 20 million star facing assault against. Now, it turns out that we do know that this was his girlfriend. This woman worked at Man 3 Quantumania film. She was part of the production. I don't know what way. I didn't know Jonathan Majors attended Yale. I didn't know that. He didn't graduate, but he did. He's starting Creed 3, and he is one of his biggest investments right now.
Jeff, your audio is fucking whack right now, man.
It's jacked?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on.
Okay.
I got you. No problem.
Beetlejuice.
I'll just get interesting, baby. I'll make shit happen.
Beetlejuice. It's not working.
No.
Why is it not working? The good thing is you and your spouse died in your own house. That gives you clout. That means the two of you should stick around. I forget the rest of the lyrics. I'm like a ghost zombie Jesus. Ghost zombie Jesus. I can't sing. Fuck. Now there's two of them.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm here.
There's two of them.
No, okay. Sorry about that, folks. I'm switching over to my other setup.
When do you have a brother?
What's that?
Since when do you have a twin brother who looks exactly like you, who goes by Jeff S?
Oh, yeah. He's no, I don't have a twin brother.
I'm joking. It's because there were two of you on the screen at one point.
Anyways, folks, I do apologize. I would not necessarily call this technical difficulties. What I would call this would be, this is me setting up a secondary studio here and everything and whatnot and all that you're seeing. I'm in the process of it, and I'm simply just going through something that I'm sure a lot of you creators out there have experienced before, which is called Wi-Fi extenders. And trying to get good Wi-Fi out here, literally out, in this garage area. That's my issue. Either way, though, thank God and thank my family and whatnot and everything, and thank the stars that I can just walk right over here
Dodger, where you at, buddy? How about this, folks? Not only do you get like all the most recent news on Jonathan Majors and the Fantastic Forecasting and White Tiger, baby, at the same time, you also get a tour of the family household in Southwest Florida and Dodger. Right, Dodger?
Hi, Dodge.
We get an actual appearance from Dodger.
Oh, we get that all the time.
Dodger!
I want to give him belly rubs and head pats.
Nobody look at my room. It's not fair. I wasn't prepared.
Oh fuck! I just got a message.
Sorry, baby. I forgot. I don't have a condom with me.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Shut up, Sally. You fell for that shit before once or twice.
No. No, it's
No?
just weird.
Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry about this, girls. I am. Believe me, I am very quickly rectifying my shit.
What's up?
Uh-oh.
Jasmine, what?
Huh?
Jasmine keeps sending me gifts.
Oh, Jasmine sending you gifts?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This is like, seriously, this is one of those like Superman, like when he jumps into the fucking the phone booth to switch into like Clark Kent switches into Superman type shit. Right in front of your eye.
Wait. Oh, I can do this.
Like, this is some serious game here. Oh, jeez. Anyways, as you folks are now, I'm sure enjoying the hell out of this great angle of me on my cell phone and whatnot and everything. Let me turn some lights on. Hey, Tiffy. Hey, there's the infamous Tiffy, just so everybody knows who Tiffy is. Hey, Tiffy. What's going on?
Oh, that's Tiffy. I thought
Yeah,
Tiffy
Tiffy's the
was
one
a
that
possessed doll.
barks at me like I'm a little bitch and everything all the time and whatnot to open and close the door for her so she can come in and out.
I thought Tiffany was the bride of Chucky.
No.
Please tell me you have another dog named Chucky.
No,
Oh,
I don't. No.
that's so sad. Wait,
No.
you don't or you don't know?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
What do you call it? I will tell you one thing, Sally, and that would be that I can't find it. I was going to show you a record that you should definitely like check out at some point and whatnot and everything, but I can't
A
find
record?
it. Yeah, records of music actually.
Okay, old man. Just kidding. My dad bought like 2 today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Does he actually buy vinyl?
You clearly have never met my dad, but yes.
Am I the only one who noticed that we're totally off topic?
Yes.
Yes, we totally are. No, so
On live at that?
I am capable of multitasking. I am. So Jasmine.
Apparently not well.
Well, hey, listen.
Oh wait, I'm joking.
Shade.
Joke.
Tiffy, get out of here, go.
Me, but you
Sometimes,
love me.
it's the only way to really figure out whether this stuff works or not, and when you're trying new stuff with this kind of content creation stuff and live streaming, is to just do shows and troubleshoot and see what happens. Now, I did troubleshoot out there and whatnot. And
You're troubleshooting while on live.
I practiced a live earlier today out there and whatnot, and everything was flawless. There was no problems.
So we're gonna stay off topic? Is that what I'm getting?
We are, yes, we are. Jeez, as soon as I get in front of my MacBook, I'm going to pull up that article and I'm going to talk about everything he's lost, his agency, the acting.
He lost his PR team. He lost his his
Two different
agency.
films.
He lost 3
Films.
movie deals. Now can we move on?
Yeah, 2 different films, which I can't name, but I will. And as I already said, multiple women are now actually coming out of the woodwork, and they're now saying that they're actually now saying that they have new allegations that he has a history of abusing women.
Yep.
And essentially, basically, where I'm at with this is that, again, since we don't really tangibly know for sure what the truth is in this situation. Starting with you, Jasmine, you and I talked about this privately already a little bit. I have a gist of kind of like how you feel about things as far as Disney. Already said, you don't want to see Disney jump the gun on this.
I don't want them to jump the gun on it, but I also feel like Hollywood is a fickle thing because we already know what Ezra Miller has done, and it's still got representation. It's still got a job, but shoe on the other foot, losing a bunch of deals and there's no proof. While there's proof on Ezra, it's just funny.
You'd be referring to the grooming or whatever.
Ezra grooming, holding people at gunpoint, choking women. There was a lot that went on.
He held like 3 people hostage last summer.
Yeah.
All
Gunpoint in a house.
At gunpoint?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a reason why I don't want to see the Flash movie.
I had no idea it was that bad.
It was bad. Very bad.
I mean, I heard about the fucking grooming and everything and whatnot, and I heard that he got in a bar fight or something or whatever.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. Yeah.
We don't need to talk about Kevin.
Kevin?
You never heard of that? That
No.
movie where Ezra Miller shot a bunch of people with a bow and arrow?
Oh, no, I never saw it or heard of it.
It's called We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that's funny.
Yeah.
No, I was not aware of it. No, but
Talk about foreshadowing.
So basically, Jasmine, again, not knowing how long it's going to take for this court process situation to play out, I guess, my first question would be, to you would be, just what is the overall impact, do you think, for how do you think the fandom is going to react?
The fandom does what the fandom always does. It immediately believes the female, and instead of waiting for all facts, they immediately condemn. That is the internet. They immediately condemn.
But what is the fandom how is the fandom going to react?
They're already doing it on TikTok and Twitter. They're already saying, abuser, don't watch it, don't support them, Disney fire them. Basically, they're already jumping the gun before there's any proof out. And there's already proof of video footage of her being fine after not wounded or anything, out partying at clubs, drinking, having a good time. After
that's called cancel culture.
Well, we know that.
Playing the women's advocate,
technically, it's not cancel culture. It's just people being upset and just jumping the gun. They're not even trying to cancel. They're just bitching. That's what the internet does now. They bitch until something happens.
Yeah, nobody finds anything funny anymore. And I'm not saying this abuse is funny. I'm just saying in general.
Well, yeah, but to be completely honest, some things can be funny. But other than that,
my point is more along the reference of this with the fandom. As this plays out, right? Okay. Now, if they do drop Majors, all right, flat out, if they drop him and recast the role, because they have to, if they drop him, they have to recast it. There's no way around it. They have to. Yeah. At that point, what I'm asking you is, considering how fickle the fandom, whether it's the toxic ones or the non-toxic ones, right? And considering how fickle a lot of them are, we all know are, and how oversaturated maybe things have gotten, right? With some of the Marvel, product in general. What do you think it's going to affect the psyche of someone like us in our minds?
I don't think it'll affect us at all, due to the fact that we won't be seeing King for quite some time, at least until Loki. So, to be completely honest, we won't really care, because if they recast him, no one's going to care because of the whole variant thing. They get a loophole.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true. That's true. The variant thing. You're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah. That
They
would
already
make
set up loopholes for everything.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
very
true.
nice view of your left ear, Jeff.
What's that?
Nice view of your left ear.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you appreciate. My left ear is normally my more attractive ear.
The
That's what I've been told. But anyways,
way you
no.
look
So,
like a monkey.
oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So no, Jasmine, do you don't think at all that? Okay, so you just mentioned Loki season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's everything. Everything he's shot in that is already over.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're only gonna see him in Loki season 2, and then they can easily recast him because we don't know when we're gonna see King again,
Okay,
or how
That's true.
spaced out these projects are gonna be. So
well, wait a
we
minute.
won't really
when
care
First
once we
comes
see
out-
it. And plus, I think Disney has learned not to jump the gun because they basically tanked a whole franchise by jumping the gun.
Well, we do know the dates for Avengers 5 and 6, right? And we do know that Avengers 5 is called the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, but I'm meaning that is some time away. And
Hi, Facebook user.
and plus, if they jump the gun and he comes out innocent, they're going to be in a whole nother Johnny Depp situation where they didn't wait it out. And I think they've learned from it. So allegedly, I just think they should just stay out of it.
Well, that I agree with you 100%. Now, Sally.
But they're Disney. They're all about that money. So more likely they're going to jump the gun because they want to continue to make money.
Well, they have a lot of money already invested into him, though. That's the thing.
They don't care. The higher ups,
I mean-
the older people in power, they don't care. They don't care. They'll just sue him and get their money back.
They will care if the way his contract is set is where even if they have to let him go, he
No,
still
I
gets
mean
paid.
they'll probably sue him. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but and that's drama.
They
Right?
literally
That
they had drama when it came to Scarlett Johansson. It wasn't until Kevin Feige stepped in and said he's with her that they even settled.
is that you in there? Is that you, Jasmine, as Facebook user? I can't tell. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, it's Jocelyn. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm sorry, Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn, what's going on? How are you? Oh, look at that. As usual, complimenting Jasmine.
And adding a little JK at the
Why
end.
somebody say anything nice about how I look, Joss? Like, seriously.
I complimented your ear. God.
I'm asking Jocelyn. I want to know why does it that Jocelyn never mentions how well I shaved today or something, or like
Did you
know.
shave?
What's that?
Did he?
I
You
shaved.
look the same all the time. Did you
Right?
shave?
Like he never changes.
I look the same all the time.
You only ever change your shirt and your hat.
Well, I have a beard, yes. I mean, I keep it trimmed all the time and whatnot and everything. I don't let it grow, but I do shave my neck and like my mustache line. And all.
Did you say mustard line?
Mustard.
Mustard.
I call it mustard, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have a hankering for hot dogs.
No comment.
No comment. That's right. No comment.
Giggity, giggity,
Giggity, giggity. Okay, there you go.
Quagmire.
giggity, giggity.
Oh man,
What the
I don't know what that is. That must be technical difficulties.
I mean, I'm used to it, but like that jump scares me every time.
Jump scared by sausage. I have no
Speaking of
words.
jump scaring, wait.
I'm not bipolar. I'm just sexually. Wow.
I mean, same. Wait, I am bipolar though.
That's actually, I think that should be your logo for your next your TikTok channel.
There, I jump scared.
Oh, sounds like Joss is back. True story. What, Joss?
Okay,
So you
where
guys
were we? Okay, so we talked
both
about
sides
Jonathan
of those
Majors.
hot dogs before? Oh, okay. No, where we were at was when I was asking you, I guess let me flip it over to Sally or Bendy really quick. Bendy,
Sorry.
now take into consideration that again, you didn't watch all Phase 4, but it really doesn't make any difference. I don't think at the end of the day, the only thing you didn't really miss with him would be him in the finale of Loki.
Okay.
You didn't see Quantumania. Now, but you're aware, obviously, just like Jasmine and I are, just like people in the audience are, of the impact of Jonathan Majors overall in the next couple of phases, how big of a deal he is. And as Jasmine, you don't know when we're going to see him after Loki, which we still don't even know an official release date on the Loki season 2 yet. We don't even know if we're even getting it this year. Which Jasmine, that might help out with the situation if you think about it in a way. They could drag that out now, right? If they wanted to.
Stupid hiccups.
But overall, Sally, if this hadn't happened, they were planning on putting him in something pretty quickly. Like after Loki season 2, you would have seen him pop up in a cameo role in something, in some other film, some other show. They would have put him in something. He was going to be a consistent character in the MCU and villain. So if anything, he would have been more participant than Thanos. So what do you think? What do you think what do you think the impact of the fandom overall, where they're at currently, if all of a sudden Jonathan Majors is dropped, right? Which, and things, and it looks, it's a shit show situation, right? Where they've got to recast, like Extreme, like recast this role. When Marvel Studios is known for planning things ahead of time, years ahead, right? Like they don't do shit off the cuff. So this was who that they cast for this role. Do you feel like an impact on the fandom in terms of their psyche or desire to buy the box office tickets and go to the movies at all or anything?
If they replace an actor, that's going to take years off the MCU. Because they're going to have to spend the rest of the time that they would be spending releasing shit, refilming shit, or filming shit in general. So,
although, if they can choose to cut ties with him in 2 weeks if they want to.
Yeah, I know, but like, it would be a waste of time. A complete waste. Because he's already shot season 2 of Loki. He's gonna be the biggest villain in the next 3 Avengers movies or something.
2.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
And if they recast him, that's just gonna take more time that they could be using your word here, productively.
And now, addressing the impact, I guess, again, of what's just overall of do you not see it as being all that detrimental to people in the fandom if this occurs? If all of a sudden they have to make a drastic move like this, do you think you don't see this as something that's going to detract at all?
I don't have an opinion on Jonathan Majors because I don't know who he is really. But the fandom can be vicious or they can be gracious. There's no in between with Marvel.
Yeah, there's no in between.
And it's just, we're going to have to see what happens. But I can imagine people, especially women in the fandom, and I am a woman, I know this, being very pissed off if they keep him on and it turns out he did all this shit.
Well, yeah, I'd say so.
Echo.
Damn.
I'm here.
Gone. Oh, wait, he's here.
I'm here. Hey, look at me. How about that? See, there you go. There's my costume change, folks. I should have put a new t-shirt on and everything and a new hat. Just to back up that whole, my look never changes except for my t-shirt and my hat.
You should have changed your shirt and your hat.
Like I'm some unsophisticated like caveman type motherfucker over here with my fashion skills or some shit, or my look.
Your fashion skills are non-existent, Jeff.
What do I need to do over here, Jasmine? Do I need like a facial tattoo?
Get
I honestly just think
right
the
underneath
whole
your eye.
drama is insane. It's insane, and the fans should really. I wish fans had better things to do than be dramatic, because they are dramatic.
Yes,
Well,
we are.
Whether they're toxic or not toxic, they're dramatic. Like they'll defend something to tooth and nail, but a lot of the time they go from like A to 1,000. They don't even like stay in the letters. They're like in numbers.
What does A to 1,000 mean?
they don't stay in the same lane. They go from one thing to another that has nothing to do with it, and then stay there and continue to argue about it.
Yeah, my sister refuses to watch anything with Scarlett Johansson in it.
Why?
Because she thinks Scarlett Johansson just is a selfish bitch who takes roles from people who really deserve them, shit like that.
We're not even going
I'm not
there.
touching that. Let's
Oh,
not
I know.
go there.
Neither am
We're
I.
not going there. Not going there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
I
a
refuse
lever.
to
I
touch
was
that.
like, oh, trigger.
Yeah, we're not
I'm
even
so
going there.
sorry.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have touched that with the 38 and a half.
No. We don't go into that direction.
Yeah, you do
sorry.
not with the internet. No, I was like, ooh.
I'm so
trigger.
sorry, internet
It's okay.
and Jeff.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. Not just the internet. I don't do it. But either way, no. So as far as Jonathan Majors goes, we talked about what he's lost. All right, and now again, just to put it out there, I'm not a professional, entertainment insider. I don't live in California or LA or whatever. I don't know the industry. But essentially, what he has lost is substantial to a point where, when I drop it here in a minute and actually explain that, it may not sound like that big of a fucking deal, but I think it sends a couple. It shows some things in terms of what stuff that maybe these people that are letting him go, his agency, whatever, that they know that we don't know.
Yeah.
Because there are things out there that we don't know that they know. There has to be. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know anything about the toxic fucking Twitter people and all that shit and whatnot, because I don't deal with any of that crap. I can't take it. It's too much for me. But I can tell you right now, this mouse I have right now is toxic. This is a toxic mouse. Motherfucker.
Get a glue trap for it.
I'm gonna sprinkle some vibranium on it later.
So we found an old wireless mouse in my closet at one point. I was like, Mom, I found a mouse in the closet. And she was just freaking out. And I put it in a bowl and I was like, should I let it outside? And then I put it on the porch and it was just a computer mouse. And she was freaking out.
Okay, so essentially, the New York Police Department said in a statement, officers responded to a 911 call in the Chelsea neighborhood around 11 a.m. And the woman had told the police she was assaulted. Following his arrest, a representative for Majors told the Associated Press Majors had done nothing wrong. And his attorney, Peter Chaudhry, said he is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, the attorney Chaudhry shared screenshots with TMZ showing alleged text messages between Majors and the woman, which he claimed were going to vindicate him in some way or clear his name, I guess, and make this whole thing go away. Well, that didn't happen. And essentially, since then, the screenshots were shared. The woman states in them that she's angry that Majors, whom she calls her partner, was charged and claims she was at fault for trying to grab his phone during the altercation. Whatever the hell that means. So he's been dropped by his talent agency, Entertainment 360, and his PR firm, the Lady Company. Now that is huge, considering where he's at and this part of his past his career. He's also lost several film roles, including the upcoming film adaptation of Walter Mosley's novel *The Man in the Basement*, the Otis Redding biopic. He also lost out on a role where he was supposed to be playing a Dennis Rodman in a Dennis Rodman biop. He was dropped from a Texas Rangers ad campaign, and the U.S. Army suspended an advertising campaign that he narrated. His fashion company, Valentino, mutually agreed he would no longer attend this year's Met Gala. And besides that, Deadline reported that there has been zero conversations in the Marvel camp to drop Majors.
Good for them.
So, essentially, he set this to be in Loki, which has already been shot, expected to release in summer 2023. And he is also attached to star in the Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. We don't know necessarily what his defining or accurate role will be in Avengers 6, the Secret Wars film. So that's a lot of shit. He's lost a lot. Bottom line. I mean, like, that's a lot. Like, I don't even think Johnny Depp had that. I don't even think that happened. That happened to Johnny Depp. I don't think when he got in trouble. I don't think his agency dropped him immediately, right? Like that, whatnot. So my point is, Jasmine, simply that there has to be a reason they did this.
No, Hollywood is all about money. They try to drop anything that's controversial enough. The internet breaks out about it.
Well, they make a profit. That's what they do. Money is kind of like they have to care about money. Like
yeah,
like so that's what I'm saying. So like at that point, if they have pertinent information that's going to damage their money with a client, you know what I'm saying? Like this. They
drop them.
There you go. Yeah.
And that's basically what they did. They have no proof that he did it or didn't do it. They just saw the drama and they were like, "Oh hell no, we can't have ourselves attached to this," and they dropped them. That's just how Hollywood is.
You don't think it's all possible that they might know some stuff that we don't know?
No, I don't think businesses work like that. I feel like they have a tendency to. They're all about the Benjamins. If something's going to affect their money, they don't care.
Well, you're talking about businesses in general. I'm talking about the fact that all of these agencies and everything we're talking about, they all exist in California in the actual entertainment sector of Hollywood. Like that's where they're all, and they do have privy to information that other people are not going to have.
Yeah, but I still don't. I'm still on the side of I'm waiting until the court date.
No, I am too. I
believe that they just refuse to wait.
Yeah, no, that's very possible. Maybe they just don't like the idea of their brands being associated with the things that are being said. They don't want to be tarnished. No, and that's understandable. Sally, you got to go, hon? Or Bendy?
Yeah, I feel really sick.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Bye.
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 What a shock. Anyways, so Jasmine, since essentially we were basically going to be carrying the conversation together anyway, and I can tell you right now, Bendy, or whatever name you want to use next time, I don't appreciate very much not being told you're going to drop off a show during a show. Like, you could just let me know before the show next time. That would be more helpful because I could have had somebody else on the show. That's okay though. The world will move on. Anyways, so Jasmine, long story short, last words as far as Jonathan Majors goes. I agree with you 100%. I don't know shit. This whole situation sounds messy. It's sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, from what I've looked at it and whatnot, stuff is kind of all over the place right now. And that's why I don't really know that we can really firmly even believe for a second that they're going to try to rush to get this to court and adjudicate this. This could end up taking a long time to investigate. If there's other women, and their claims are at least somewhat,
Yeah, I feel like that should be their first priority instead of worrying about whether or not his evidence is factual and proof-worthy. I think they should investigate whether or not the alleged abuse of past relationships is feasible, because that's the first thing you should do in an argument. Is
it connects everything right there.
Yes.
Right there.
So
if there's a pattern,
should do that. But it has been alleged evidence pushed forward where they did state that the police officers did coach the victim into saying said claims. So
that's happened. Yep, it definitely does. It's happened multiple times.
So it'll technically, the victim was coached by officers when she constantly was saying, "I don't know what happened." And then they were like, "Oh, say this, say that." That is alleged, but that is in the rumor mill of things that are going on. But I think that pretty much sums up the Jonathan Majors situation, because there's pretty much not anything new outside of the same runaround topics these days when it comes to it. I don't think anyone's brought forward any new alleged information.
Nah, and you know what? It's not just the cops that do that stuff too. It's the it's DAs, it's the Justice Department, it's politicians. They do the same thing with people that they bring into question and whatnot in front of panels and shit. They bring them in their offices and whatnot, and before you know it, they're writing the story for them. Like they've already got their answers prepared for them. You know what I mean? It's happened. Believe you know, it's a fact. So, but no, I think that you're right. You made a good point there. If I was investigating something like this, and there were other people that did come out of a multiple number, I would check it out immediately because these people are trained to do this kind of stuff. This is their job. At that point, if they can tell from jump at all from what these women say that there's any credibility to what their claims are, if there's any connections to what they say that connects to what they know about what happened with Majors and this woman, direct connections. If there's a pattern set right there, now at that point, that might be something that might rush things to court. You know, or it might make it take even longer. Because at that point, you're broadening this case. Now you got more charges. Depending on statute of limitations and all that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a really good point. Because right there, why would you even bother with the woman right now if you've got these other women? See if they're full of shit first, right? So, no, and that's all I really have to say about it too. We'll see what happens. This is going to continue to be talked about. Like you said, it's going to be toxically talked about, and it's going to get nastier and nastier and whatnot and everything. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. Bad timing. You know, totally bad timing for MCU, for me as a fan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not happy about this happening. I'm not blaming Jonathan Majors at all, or the woman at all, or anybody. I just don't like this as a fan. It sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. How about some fucking, like, confidence building type shit, you know, going on with the MCU? Not this crap. But you know what, though, Jez? We haven't had much of this in 12 years or whatever, right? So,
in regards to Marvel, the Marvel fandom, actors in the Marvel universe in general, when it comes to the cinematic universe, actors haven't really had that problem, thankfully, but DC has. So we can't say that the comic book genre in general hasn't had this outlandish behavior, or Disney in general, but it is getting to the point where it's ridiculous, and we really need to do deeper background checks into people so that we can no longer come across this. But you never know. Even the cleanest person can have something like this show up out of nowhere.
I'm telling you right now, Disney and Marvel Studios did a background check on Jonathan
Oh,
Majors.
I know. I figured. But I mean, like, at this point, it's
and again,
between Marvel and DC, it's getting redundant and
they've got resources we don't have. You know what I'm saying?
I just
like,
feel like it's redundant at this point. We just keep doing the runaround with both DC and Marvel with these tabloid problems.
It would not surprise me for 1 minute if there's people at Marvel Studios, Feige himself probably, or at Disney, that probably even have contact or connections in between law enforcement, right, and the DA's office or whatever, whatnot, and all that over there. It's all one big fucking cluster or big jumble over there in California, the Hollywood industry and whatnot and everything. It wouldn't surprise me if they would have the ability to just go ahead and call someone and get dirt and ask for like a legit background check on somebody, right? You never know. But Fantastic Four casting now. Adam Driver supposedly, allegedly, in final talks to play Reed Richards. Doesn't look like Reed Richards at all.
No, looks like
right?
Dr. Doom.
I mean, he is. For one thing, every time I've ever seen him, he has long black hair. His nose and his facial structure is not like Reed Richards at all. The only thing he has that you could compare him to Reed would be, I guess, maybe they're same the height, maybe.
The height.
But besides his build, that, he doesn't lack any of what Krasinski possesses in terms of his likeness, looking just like Reed Richards, more similarly. And I just don't see what you could do to him, like, to change him or whatever and whatnot, besides like some straight up face off, like Nicolas Cage type shit, Face Off type shit or whatever. You know what I mean? Where you or whatever.
I just think it's horrible casting. They shouldn't have done it, especially with them having Kang being being played by a black actor. They should really have gone with at least a black actor.
Do you think it's possible that now if this is these are allegations, but I first heard about this from Warren over at Cosmic Wonder. Shout out to you, Warren. And he claimed that that one of his trusted Marvel insiders insists that this is happening, that these talks are happening, that they are finalizing a contract with him right now.
Then I probably will not watch Fantastic Four.
Oh yes, you will. Come on.
No, I won't. I'm sorry.
Because Adam Driver.
He's not. No, thank you.
Well,
that's really bad casting.
Well, he's a good actor.
That doesn't mean shit to me.
Well, we don't. Wait a minute.
He would have been a perfect Doctor Doom. A perfect Doctor Doom.
What if they hire him, and they do a photo shoot or two or whatever, and they put some photo shots out, and they do whatever they do. They that they pay people and whatnot in the makeup department and whatnot to cut people's hair and do certain
cutting
things.
His face does not.
Look what they did. Look what they did with what's his name for Penguin in the Batman film.
You think they're gonna put prosthetics on this man in order?
No, I'm not. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Like I said, I wouldn't watch it.
Whatever. Either way, do you think it's possible that maybe the only thing I can think of, the only reason why they would cast Adam Driver would be out of a fear, possibly out of them being nervous about how much money Disney lost, just off Disney Plus last year, for instance. You know what I'm saying? The fact that their stock, their stock value dropped over a half in over a year between 2022 and 2023. That's not good economically for any business, and especially for Disney. They're shutting down parks. Right, they're closing down the Disney stores now and the malls and shit. Well, now they closed the one down in our mall; it's gone. They're laying off employees every couple of months. Disney's hurting. I know this major thing only happened 3 weeks ago, but do you think it's possible that they would do something like this as a reach? Just because Driver is a talented actor, he's a well-known actor that's done well and performed well in other films.
Probably. I hate it. I think it's horrible, but I'm guessing they're reaching within their pockets of people they already worked with and they know are in good standing. That's what I'm getting out of it, because he's already in the Star Wars fandom, so they're basically just borrowing over somebody they've already used and put him in the role.
Once again,
I get
Jasmine,
it. He's a good actor. I get it, but it's just, ugh.
You made another really, really, really good point there. And I didn't realize what webcam I was using there for a minute with my green screen. Okay, that's better. No, you nailed it on that. I forgot for a minute there about the Kylo Ren aspect. Disney does have a firm relationship with him before. When they have worked with him before. They know what to expect from him, right? Say what you want about him looking like Reed Richards or not. They know what to expect from him as an actor, as an employee, when they pay him for something. They know what he's going to do, right? So that does matter. It is important. It's an important factor, right? Especially when you're talking about something that, again, we're talking about the investment of Jonathan Majors as Kang, and how much money Disney's potentially willing to shell out with his contract, $20 million a film or whatever, right? Which I think is fair. I don't have any problem with that amount of money. I don't think I have any problem with Jonathan Majors making money. Personally, I think he should make money. But my point is that, as well as I do that when they sign up, whatever Feige said about how they're not doing the long-term contracts anymore, we both know that's bullshit. Yeah. Why they wouldn't do that, I don't know. It works. It obviously works. It's a smart move. As well as I do, once they cast these characters, they're going to lock them down. That's it. They're locked in. If they are finalizing this contract, this is probably going to be literally. I know they don't do years; they do projects. But if you want to project it over years, we're talking easily over a decade worth of contract, probably. 8 to 10 years, I'd assume, right? Worth of appearances, whether it be in Disney Plus shows, films.
I honestly, we know it's going to be a long contract.
For all of them, for every character.
That's kind of how they are when it comes to it. But honestly, what are they doing?
Oh, hey, we don't know what the other. I mean, all I know, as far as the other roles go, the only thing that I firmly have heard is what I told you, which is that John Campea, well renowned. What up, John Campea? Well renowned, to break a lot of stuff and whatnot and everything. He lives over there in California. Does a show from over there. Big YouTuber, lives a lot. Covers a lot of current MCU stuff. He has said that one of his people over there in Hollywood flat out told him that that they have already cast Reed Richards, if not already casted the whole Fantastic Four, but no one knows the names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have a feeling I'm been very disappointed.
Well, I mean, look, it's a tough job to cast these characters.
I understand it. I mean, look at how they did the Lilo and Stitch cast to begin with. The cast was really bad, and they're still, they just recast somebody mid-casting them like 2 days ago because of the backlash of, one of the casting and the cast members' background, of stuff they used to do that was controversial. So I just, they're going to cast who they're going to cast, so not much we can do about it. We can state our opinion and say, we don't care for this or whatever, but it doesn't mean that Marvel's going to listen.
Do you not have any?
If he is cast, I hope not in this particular role. He could be the Thing for all I care. He could be Dr. Doom, but Reed, no. But I'll see him in a crossover.
Do you think that Oh, I just lost my train of thought for a minute. Hold on a second. What was I going to say? Oh no, what I was going to say is do you think that that it's possible? Well, what about Sarah Finn? I mean, don't you have any confidence in Sarah Finn? I mean, she's done a really good job casting the whole MCU for freaking
Sarah Finn.
Sarah Finn, the cast, the good one who cast, they cast everybody. She cast the whole Avengers. Sarah Finn.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't see it. I don't want to see it.
You don't think she's done a good job though?
I only have seen Adam Driver, and they're talking about Mr. Fantastic after the way they casted Kang. It just doesn't fit. And we don't know who the rest of the cast is, so I'm not going to debate whether or not I'll see it yet until the full cast is released. That's how I go about it.
You didn't like the Jonathan Majors casting as Kang?
Huh? No. What I'm saying is, I can't say whether or not I'll watch the Fantastic Four, even though I said I won't watch it. I'm being dramatic. But
I didn't know that.
But I won't know whether or not I'm going to give this movie a chance unless I see the rest of the cast. If the rest of the cast is just as, as him, I'm probably not going to watch it. Just due to the fact that, it's the first family. We need to have somebody at least, of color so that it makes sense for Kang. Because then we're like, but how did we get him? The math ain't mathin'. How did we get,
But you just said it right there. It is the first family, so that's why you will go watch the movie and whatnot and everything, and you will see it.
No, that's not why.
It's a Fantastic Four.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I'll read the comic. If the casting is bad, if the casting does not show how we got Kang, if there's just a bunch of white cast members and not one person is black to explain how we got Kang.
Wait a minute. What the hell does Kang being black have to do with the Fantastic Four?
Because he is a relative of the first family. You don't. He's related. I think.
Yeah, he's a distant relative to Reed Richards.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that he has to be black.
No, I'm saying at least Sue. At least Sue. It would make sense because they,
Sue isn't a relative of his. It's Reed.
Okay, then it would make sense if it was Kang then.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Thank you. He would be be doomed. Exactly. But
Okay.
that's my opinion. At least somebody had to explain Kang. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
They don't have to explain Kang. They just decided they didn't have to explain why they changed Nick Fury over to being black. They just did it.
Nick Fury was never white in the MCU.
Yeah, he was white in the comics the entire time he was Nick Fury.
I get that, but I'm referring to the MCU, not the comics. Because they're not the same universe.
Either way, it doesn't make any difference. At the end of the day,
like I said, I'm about connections. If it doesn't connect, I'm not going to watch it. That's just me.
I can't connect. Me not wanting to see the Fantastic Four film if they don't put a black person in the team. I'm not connecting that. So,
that's fine.
I'm sorry.
You have that right, but me, I'm not going to watch it.
That's fine. I mean, now if they make it all black, you know what I'm saying?
That'd be too much.
Then I'll go. All right.
That's too much.
Then I'll go. If they make Fantastic Four into a black PlayStation film from like the 60s and 70s and shit and all that, I'll go watch that.
No, that's not what I was saying.
If they bring back Cam Greer and shit and all that, yeah, I'll be down for that. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm sure what's his name would love to direct it. God, I forget his name. That does all of the retro, like he likes to use all the black PlayStation film music and stuff and whatnot in his films. The guy that did Reservoir Dogs, and Pulp Fiction. I can't remember his damn name, the director. But no. So as far as the rest of the cast of Fantastic Four goes, again, I don't know what the deal is with the fan favorites that everybody in the fandom wanted. I mean, we got a Reed Richards already in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. John Krasinski was there. I just assumed that John Krasinski played that role in the movie because that meant that they were going to cast him as Reed Richards. That was them demonstrating to us that was Reed Richards. So maybe I missed something. I don't know. Maybe this Adam Driver thing is totally made up. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Like I said, I won't know until the castings come out.
There you go. And we don't even know when the hell the Fantastic Four is going to come out in reality.
Exactly. Like I said, I have no clue until all the casting comes out whether or not I'll see a film.
No. But on an actual positive note, the more that I'm reading into and looking into this whole White Tiger situation and whatnot and everything and whatnot, now you should be happy about this one. Because now,
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, there you go. Now there is a Latina, right, character, you know what I'm saying, that comes from I'm starting to get to a point where I'm really looking at it, and this Daredevil Born Again series and the impact of Daredevil and Charlie Cox and D'Onofrio and the Punisher coming to the MCU and whatnot and everything, and it's almost becoming like the salvation.
Oh, you're not ready for what I heard. Apparently, Favreau is going to be reprising his role from the Daredevil movie as Foggy.
No.
Yeah, I sent it to you. It's in your messenger.
Yeah, but when they have to like digitally de-age him or something, or
probably not.
See,
I mean, wasn't he Foggy already technically in the MCU?
Yeah, but I mean that was 20 plus years ago.
20? No, I mean in the MCU. Isn't his name Foggy?
Oh shit! Well, yeah. What are you telling me? God, he's happy. He's happy.
Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
But like
he can't be freaking. He can't be Foggy now.
That's what I heard. I'm like, I don't think it would make logical sense. That was a rumor. I said, I don't think it makes logical sense. I mean, how are they going to explain that?
No.
Were they twins separated at birth? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
You can't do that. No.
Hey, I don't know, variant.
I mean, seriously. I had heard recently that unfortunately they for some reason they were not able to retain all of the major secondary cast actors and actresses that played the secondary characters of the show.
Not because they didn't want to come.
Yeah. Either way, for whatever reason, I remember, I'm not sure. I can't remember which exact actors and actresses that they are. Some of them are going to come back. Some of them aren't.
Foggy, the actor playing Foggy's not coming back, and the actress playing Karen isn't coming back.
Oh, really? Oh,
They're
wow.
the only ones I heard.
Jeez, you're talking about Deborah Ann Wall.
And they've stated they want to come back.
Yeah, I know. No, we talked
They
about that
said
before.
contact us. We want to come back.
Yeah.
We love these characters, but yeah, no.
No. I talked about that and reported that before in the past, and you've been on the show and we've talked about it before and whatnot. That all those characters have all come back and said that they wanted to come back and replay the characters and whatnot. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Daredevil Netflix series was literally like probably one of the best things that Marvel Studios has ever done. To be honest with you.
Best, yes, but not only, because I was a fan of Luke Cage show and Jessica Jones. Those two were my faves. On top of Daredevil.
I haven't watched all the Netflix series. I haven't, but everything I have, every episode I did see of the ones I saw, I thought were good. Right? I like Jessica Jones. I did actually watch the first season of Jessica Jones, and I am starting to rewatch it again now. It is really good. I like her. I'm glad they're bringing her back. I am. And I think they are definitely going to bring back Luke Cage. We're just not going to have an Iron Fist, unfortunately. There's going to be no Iron Fist in the MCU.
No, they changed the girl from Iron Fist is going to be the MCU's Iron Fist. The Asian girl that was in there. She's going to be the MCU's Iron Fist, and we have Jessica Jones and Luke Cage actors coming back. They've already been confirmed, and I believe Jessica Jones is supposed to show up in Daredevil Born Again. Last thing I heard in the rumor mill.
They haven't officially announced the actor, I forget his name, plays Luke Cage. Feige himself has said multiple times that he wanted the Defenders back in the MCU.
Yeah.
That he wanted them in. It only makes common sense they would bring all three of them back, right? Those three, and Bernthal, of course, which we already know Bernthal's coming back. But as far as official goes, all we officially know is that Ritter's going to be either in Echo and Daredevil Born Again, or Daredevil Born Again, but she might even be in Echo also.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Echo. I have heard about Daredevil Born Again, that I think he's supposed to be like defending her or something. I heard that she was supposed to be in She-Hulk, but that idea got
she's gonna be busy, I'll tell you right now. She's Elizabeth Olsen is doing an HBO Studios show next year. She's playing some really serious series, a biopic of a character, a real life character, a woman from the history. What up, Booze and Chill? What up, Raymond? But no, it's a very serious. It's HBO Studios, so it's what we just did Last of Us, right? What kind of quality and what kind of
definitely, I get it. I mean, I probably won't watch it because I'm more of an Elizabeth Olsen Marvel fan than opposed to her outside Marvel fan. She's an amazing actress, and she does an amazing job with everything that she's been in. But I don't go out of my way to watch things outside of comics.
Oh no! All I was going to say is that Kristen Ritter is going to appear in that series. Okay.
Now I'll watch it.
This is coming out. This is coming out at the end of 2023. Kristen Ritter is going to be in that series. Okay. Also, Kristen Ritter is starring in a spin-off of Tatiana Maslany's former show. What do you call it? What was the one that Orphan Black? They're doing an Orphan Black spin-off, right? Series. It starts this year, the end of 2023, and Kristen Ritter is starring in it. How about that? So she's
I never
busy.
watched Orphan Black, so
I watched 2 or 3 episodes. Apparently, it was really good.
Yes, Iron Fist was the worst MCU show. Not due to the actor, but due to the script and direction of the episode of the series. Yes, the actor did. The actor did what he had to do, but yeah, the show was trash.
And they even had Sigourney Weaver up in that bitch as the villain too, man. What a waste, didn't they?
I have my opinion.
Was that the Defenders or was that Iron Fist?
Defenders. She did what she had to do, but I still think her character was not needed.
I can't. I didn't watch the Defenders, but I just can't imagine her being bad as a villain.
She wasn't bad. She was amazing. It just she wasn't needed. We needed more because the way the Defenders circles around Elektra as a character. They needed someone that actually correlates with Elektra from the comics, than opposed to making up a character.
You're telling me that they centered that Defenders show around Elektra?
Yes.
That Elektra character, that fucking terrible actress that played her and everything and whatnot?
She's not a terrible actress. She had, I just didn't care for her in the role.
Okay, well, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't have said that. I've never seen her in anything but Daredevil season 2, which I have still haven't even finished yet. But you already know. I told you from jump that from the first
I
episode.
prefer Jennifer Gardner. That is my Elektra. That's always been my Elektra, because she actually went out of her way to train, to use size, and learned how to use them in a unique way. She did the majority of her own stunts. She bodied that that character.
I think part of the problem with it too could have been maybe the fact that they rushed her character.
Oh, I say that since day one, that the way they went around it, she was already Elektra, she was already an assassin.
Yeah,
she was already dead. They already met. It was trash.
No, in the comics, when they bring Elektra into the picture, like, you know she's involved in the hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whatnot. You know what I mean? You know that she's highly skilled as an assassin and whatnot, and in like in kung fu and jujitsu and all that shit and whatnot. She's like a legit hand to hand combat.
Yeah.
Like fighter. Like legit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And has like real skills. And she's also another one of Matt Murdock's love interests that also knows that he's Daredevil. Raymond, we appreciate you, brother. It's good to hear from you, man. Looking forward to being on Booze and Chill again soon, brother. We gotta find something else to drink besides this goddamn margarita, though, man. I'm getting tired of it. No, I'm just kidding, baby. I love it. Thank you, Booze and Chill. But no, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that's how the Defenders went down. But that's a real loss of Deborah Ann Wall as Karen Page. That's a real loss because if this Born Again series is going to all be at least somewhat accurate to the comics, Karen Page is instrumental to how Matt Murdock Daredevil ends up being his identity becomes exposed to the Kingpin and whatnot and everything, and that's how the Kingpin then ruins him.
Well, they already did that within the series of the first 3 seasons of Daredevil. They've done the Karen Page stuff to the point that they probably needed to. Hence why they recast her with someone else that's a whole different character as with him. I still disappointed they didn't bring her back or bring back at least Foggy to give it some continuity.
Yeah, he was really good as Foggy, that actor.
At least I hope that they at least acknowledge his, what happened to him. At least say something, a one-off line, get a letter in the mail, something. Because if they just nodded off he's just not here, after so much history with the character, knowing these are kind of the same characters from the Netflix series, it would be a waste, in my opinion, for sure.
Well, so basically, and I think you're actually not the first person that's told me this. I think someone else already told me that in season 3. I haven't gotten to season 3 yet. I know I'm bad. I haven't gotten to season 3 yet. In Daredevil, I'm still in season 2. But in season 3, does Karen Page become addicted to drugs and whatnot and all that shit? And
I'm with you in the boat of not seeing season 3.
Oh, okay. You heard that?
Yes, I've heard.
Okay.
I've not watched it yet. Because that's why I was redoing the whole MCU in line with my Once Upon a Time YouTube channel. But yeah.
Eldon Henson is the actor that played Franklin Foggy Nelson, in the Daredevil Netflix series. And of course, those are big losses, I'll be honest with you. But either way, though, bottom line, what I'm finding really interesting about this, Jasmine, is that I feel that right now, the Daredevil Born Again series, and what's going to come out of it. The fact that we pretty much, it's almost basically, it's a done deal that the Kingpin's going to end up either being, he's going to become the mayor of New York, right? The friggin' Thunderbolt Ross is going to become president, okay? In Captain America 4. So we're going to have Thunderbolt Ross as president. We're going to have Kingpin as the mayor of New York City, right? And essentially, the next Spider-Man trilogy with Tom Holland, Kingpin's either going to be the overarching villain of the whole trilogy that he'll like conquer or defeat in like the third film or whatever, or he'll be the main villain of the first film. Like they're going old school. They're going comic book accurate Spider-Man. Like
I love the fact that they finally separated Peter from Tony with this timeline erasure thing when it comes to people knowing his name. I do feel sorry for the fact that at the funeral, Happy didn't know who he was. That hurt. But overall, I'm just happy we're back to basics because, come on. We needed that overall street level Spider-Man because it just, we were so busy being in the galactic Avenger side of Spider-Man that we didn't get what truly is the essence of said character. And I'm really happy for where we are going now. And if they're going to go the Spider-Man PS5 route with Kingpin being the bad guy Spider-Man, I'm here for it. But I do hope that they do something with a few of the end credit scenes for Spider-Man films where they introduced villains that didn't go anywhere, like Scorpion, Shocker. We just need those villains to be there because we've already got Electro that showed up, and that wasn't even from our timeline. Like, we had Sandman, not even from our timeline. Like, we need these villains to really flush out the rogue gallery of Spider-Man. Because so far the
Spider-Man's got a lot of villains. He's got a lot of damn villains.
And a lot of those villains haven't even shown up in majority of the films of Spider-Man.
And so they got a lot to choose from. It won't be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a whole bushel.
But I feel like they shouldn't rush into it. I think if they're going to do it, they should kind of make it like a comic book.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And go that route.
That's why I would rather have Kingpin be the overarching villain of like the whole trilogy.
You know but I wish they would go like the Sinister Six with it. Like,
but they could fit that in there. That would fit.
Yeah,
I'm just saying Kingpin would be the mayor and also be the crime boss of the city. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I loved about the Hawkeye series. That's kind of where they went with it.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that we'd have to poll this, and Jasmine and folks out there, I'm going to start doing. I've been putting research into doing more polling in general, just to draw more of a live stream audience and just to get more engagement. But I'll tell you, Jasmine, that we got 10,000, we got almost 11,000 impressions on YouTube, just based off of our Inception review on Friday night, and this was when I looked on our analytics in the afternoon after the show, right? Now, listen, if you go down the list, we have had live streams where we have impressions that are over 200,000 and shit or whatever and whatnot. It's not the number that I'm concerned about. We've never had over 10,000 impressions in less than 12 hours before, ever, for any show. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever the fuck, Inception itself, ChatGPT, thanks ChatGPT, because the title, the description, the hashtags all came from ChatGPT, right? So like all I know is doing that Inception review seemed to work out pretty good. Thank you folks for all the help on that one. But no, I like the fact that I think the fandom wants more Earthbound stories, and I think they're yearning for that. I think that they want more street level characters or more street level storylines and whatnot and everything. I think that's actually something we've had people in the comment section that have come in. We've had creators and just fans come in and say, I want more stuff like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like I want more stuff like Daredevil. I want more gritty, on the street, Punisher, style. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Spider-Man, like, fighting crime in New York. Like, not in space and shit, not an Avenger, just Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, teaming up with Daredevil, which just makes common sense in the comics. In the comics, you know that. In the comics, they've even worn each other's fucking outfits before. Like, I mean, Matt Murdock's one of the only people other than his family members that even know that he's Spider-Man. So if any, I know that you said that you like the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is not there now, but at the same time, though, this is still college age Peter Parker. He's going to need guidance from someone, and Charlie Cox does present an older figure, a more experienced figure, right, in life in general, to where I think it would only make sense, doesn't it, to connect them together.
I completely agree, honestly. I just feel like if we're going to go that route, it would make more sense at a street levels. Like, I'm not giving you gadgets in order to be a hero. I'm teaching you the swing of what it is like to be a street level vigilante. And that makes more sense than opposed to what they did in the beginning, continuing, I love, like, Charlie Cox's Daredevil. He was built for it, born for it, and I love it. But what we really need to do now is I would like them to do kind of like Spider-Man and Friends. Like, introduce side characters like, oh, here's the Human Torch. This is the first time we're meeting him. Or Firestar. Or Iceman. Or Kitty Pryde. Side characters. People that are going to show up later, but they show up here first. Would be interesting,
No, oh no, I get what you're saying. And Executive Judge, yes, you're totally correct. On his last contract, in fact, to tell you the truth, I think he actually still owes Marvel Studios and Sony one more guest appearance from his last contract. I think he still has to fulfill. But they do, right, when they do his contracts, they do write in side or guest appearances where he's supposed to pitch in on other films or whatever and whatnot, usually in the contracts. But basically, no, Jasmine. I think that Spider-Man has a massive network and universe in the comics. He does.
Yeah.
He teams up with everybody.
Like, that's what I want them to do.
Yeah. I mean, he literally teams up with everyone.
Yeah, I know.
He works with everybody. The Punisher. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want him to do with his movies.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. The Punisher. You used to see the Punisher in his comic all the time, almost basically, like, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like him, Daredevil would be there all the time. You know what I mean? Or sometimes he would see Daredevil and just bump into him.
Yeah, like you see Iceman, Firestar, Human Torch. Like, that's what I'm saying. They need to at least just do like a special presentation where it's Spider-Man and Friends or something.
I'll tell you right now, one of my favorite comic book storylines was actually with the X-Men and Ghost Rider, where Gambit, right, gets called back to New Orleans by his wife, Belladonna, that no one knows about existed until that point. He's called back by the Thieves Guild that he's a member of in New Orleans, because that's what he is, he's a thief. And when he's called back, Beast and Wolverine go with him, right? Cyclops sends them with him, because Gambit was kind of a rogue in the beginning, right? Notice the pun. But he was kind of like, you didn't know what to expect from him, kind of, a la Wolverine when he first became an X-Men. And basically at that point, they get down to New Orleans and the Brood is down there. The whole Assassin's Guild is the Brood, right? The Brood has infested it, right? Okay. And like all of a sudden, Ghost Rider shows up with Johnny Blaze, right? When they were hanging out together doing the Spirits of Vengeance, right? So you get Ghost Rider up in that bitch with Johnny Blaze, and Spider-Man pops up somehow out of nowhere. So you got Spider-Man, Johnny Blaze. I love Johnny Blaze as just Johnny Blaze, not Ghost Rider, but just as Johnny Blaze. Motherfucker with his He has the shotgun that shoots hellfire and shit and everything. He is dope. God, I hope they bring his character into the MCU. I really do.
From what I hear, Keanu Reeves said he wants to be Wolverine.
Keanu Reeves reaches out to Kevin Feige all the time, and Kevin Feige's already said that he reaches out to Keanu Reeves regularly. They've been trying to get him into the MCU for like over 8 years.
Yeah, well, he keeps saying he wants to be Wolverine, so just cast him as Wolverine.
He was gonna be Ghost Rider like 2 years ago.
He wants to be Wolverine. Let him be Wolverine.
Either way, I think he'd make more sense as Ghost Rider. But it was great. They fought the Broad in the sewers of New Orleans and shit and whatnot, and it was just such a good team up. Oh, the Punisher was up in that bitch too. Talk about a team up, man. Ghost Rider, Punisher, Gambit, the Beast, Wolverine, Spider-Man. Right? Come on now. That is some sick. That is talk about a fucking crossover. Damn. So, anyways, now that obviously, folks, will never happen in the MCU. Unfortunately, that would be like that. How they make that connect, I don't know. It really wouldn't work out. But no, Jasmine, I think that as far as White Tiger goes, the premise of this segment, White Tiger comes from the Daredevil universe to some extent. She first appeared, I believe, in the Marvel comic books, I think in 2011. And essentially, she's the current White Tiger is the fifth generation of the White Tiger. Because the White Tiger is not one person. The White Tiger has 5 different people that have been the White Tiger, and the mental's been passed on. And at that point, essentially, it's not a single superhero. It's an alias almost. We know Jenny Ortega is heavily rumored to play White Tiger. If we do even get the White Tiger, which again, Marvel Studios has not officially confirmed this. But, the character was introduced in, and I never read any of these, I'll be honest with you, the Avengers Academy issue, number 20, December 2011. Ava Ayala is the 5th incarnation of White Tiger. And getting into the nitty gritty of it, I'd rather just pull up like a what do you call it? A fandom page real quick and whatnot, because the White Tiger's actual backstory and whatnot is actually kind of mystic in a way. Like it's supernatural to some extent. She's an interesting character. She's not just some singular, your typical whatever. She's not a mutant, but basically, the White Tiger from the comics, in terms of what she can do when they are the White Tiger, I believe that they gain their powers from like relics of some kind from history. Here it is right here. The White Tiger is an avatar, essentially a god of some type. It says. Let me screen share this so you guys can see this right here. Thank you, Marvel Unlimited. I appreciate you. Okay, White Tiger, Ava Ayala. As you see, took up the mantle from her brother. And can you see this, Jazz? You can. All right, good. I just wanted to make sure that it transferred over. There you go. Ancient Mystical Ambulance. So, White Tiger's ambulance grant her enhanced strength, speed, stamina, coordination, agility, durability, endurance, and mastery of martial arts. Under extreme conditions, she can project the ambulance energies as concussive force. Think of like a Jedi using like a force push. When separated from the ambulance, she can sense their proximity. Prolonged separation induces painful symptoms similar to drug withdrawal. She's the baby of the family. Essentially, she mostly idolized her elder brother, Hector, who was the White Tiger before her. And the ambulance are called the Jade Ambulance of Power, talismans of the Tiger God. Possibly Baihu of the Xian Pantheon, which is beyond me. Tragically, obviously Ava's brother died, and Hector ends up giving up the White Tiger identity and leaves Manhattan. His sister died, leaving Ava the remaining guardianship of the Wilden's husband. She ends up inheriting the ambulance, and then she becomes the White Tiger. Now, beyond that, she also has enhanced healing capabilities. Can do camouflage, and she has the ability to transform into a costume form and back again, similar to Moon Knight. Yet it says Ava has yet not demonstrated these traits. She carries an Avengers signal device for ready contact. Now, Jasmine, maybe you know more than I do. The whole Avengers Academy, I've heard of it. Did you read any of that or anything whatnot? Did you read any of those books? What was that, like a Xavier's School of the Gifted, but like for the Avengers?
No, sadly, I haven't read it. I've been currently catching up on comics. I'm a lot behind, so I kind of leap. I'm kind of reading from like way in the beginning, the earlier runs of the Marvel Universe, but I am jumping around depending on what's coming out. So I haven't read anything about the Academy, but I did kind of see the TV show Spider-Man, the animated series, where they kind of had Spider-Man on a team with White Tiger and Iron Fist, and
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I never watched that one, but I did run by it and see the screen or whatever, the thumbnail for it, and whatnot, and everything, and I saw the White Tiger there with Daredevil, with Spider-Man and everything, and whatnot, and all that, and I knew who it was. So basically, I think this is great. I love this idea, the concept of this character. This sounds interesting.
It sounds good as long as they don't botch it. That's my opinion.
Executive Judge Jasmine says the show that you're talking about is garbage. So, there you go.
He said not great.
You like that? How I fucked you up like that? Executive Judge?
And the show I'm talking about, I haven't really watched it. It wasn't a fave. I came across it a lot. But, yeah, it had Drake Bell as the voice actor. It was not top tier, but they did have White Tiger, and that's why I called. You said, like, yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't read the comics.
That's funny. That's funny. Judge, have you seen this show?
島本刑事とどめを刺せ。やめろ、島本刑事、やめろ、やめろ。どうだな、助けに来た男に殺される気分は。鉄十字団に恨みを持つ麻薬刑事さ。スパイダーストリング、格闘技世界チャンピオンスパイダーマン。
Oh yeah, baby. There you go.
What in the Power Ranger?
Yeah, I mean, no, Judge, you've already seen clips of that and shit. Oh, hey, man, you're on that. It's nice to know you're on that new shit, baby. It's good to know that the audience of the Bleeding Edge is on that hip shit. That's actually, and that's the trailer for the first Spider-Man film of the trilogy. Jasmine, come on.
Lies.
Did that shit fuck you up or what?
Yeah, I was like, what in the Power Ranger?
You didn't know to think about all that?
I don't know what to say. I was just waiting for them to say Dino Thunder or something. I don't know.
What was going on with that fucking guy with the metal face and all that shit? What was his deal?
I don't know.
I mean, he was not happy, man. And then
It was giving me very much Conan.
Oh, Conan?
Yeah, it was definitely giving me Conan.
I was thinking more like the Borg from fucking Star Trek, Next Generation. Remember the Borg?
Mm-hmm.
The dude basically had like an 80s cell phone duct taped to his face. I'm telling you. Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry, Jess, but I can't help myself. I find that fucking clip hilarious. I think it's funny as shit, and the fact that Judge actually has seen that movie already is very impressive. It's cat time, baby. So no, overall, Jasmine, I guess to wrap up, the show, whatnot, everything, kind of wrap up White Tiger. We don't know, of course. To me, it only makes logical sense that these rumors would be true. I don't see why they would not do this. I'm actually gonna watch this the Addams Family Netflix show with this Jenny Ortega now, just because of this. I'm gonna watch it. Because I want to see what her acting's like. I want to see how
Well, I would, if you're gonna see what her acting's like, I recommend seeing X, Scream 5. Watch her more horror related stuff because it's much. Wednesday isn't really my cup of tea, honestly. But I recommend watching her horror related stuff because her acting in that is top tier.
Why is the Wednesday deal like is it super whimsical or whatever, or like very?
No, I don't really. I've watched like the first episode and it wasn't my cup of tea.
Oh, okay, all right. No, I like the Addams Family.
I do too.
So that's the only reason why I would go in that direction. You know what I mean? And I like Wednesday. I like
watching her in like horror because it's amazing.
I always liked Wednesday as a character. I always did. I thought I thought Wednesday and Uncle Fester were like some of like two of the best characters. I really
Morticia and Fester are they're just not the same vibe if you grew up with like the earlier renditions of Fester. I mean not Fester. Gomez and.
Oh, you mean Nick? Are you talking about the Nick at Night edition or editions or like?
No. Like Morticia and Gomez in the show don't seem like they fit compared to how they fit in the earlier movie and the TV show.
Those movies are classics.
They felt like they were in love. These ones feel like they're there by circumstance.
What was that? Who was that? That was Raul Julia, right? And who played Morticia? She's a well-known actress. She's well known.
She was in Witches. That's the last thing I remember.
She's been in all kinds of shit. She's a well-known actress. I think she's even been nominated by the Academy Award before. I just can't remember her name. Jessica Lange. No, not Jessica Lange. Whatever, doesn't matter. Either way, the point is made. The point is, it doesn't change the point. The premise is good. You're right. Those '90s Addams films are great. They did have a great vibe and rapport together on screen as a couple. Right. But no, I'm loving this whole White Tiger deal. And you tell me, I really genuinely feel like, in a weird way, bringing Charlie Cox over and having the Daredevil Netflix series coming up, it's honestly, it's almost something right now that really is kind of probably the most looking forward to, like most exciting thing for people in the fandom to look to?
Her name is Angelica Austin.
Angelica Houston.
Houston. Huston? Huston.
Yeah, that's what she is. Yeah. But no, I really feel like this Daredevil coming back, Daredevil coming to the MCU, Charlie Cox, right? Vincent D'Onofrio, the Punisher, where that's going to go, how it's going to play into Spider-Man. I feel like that literally right now is it's like the silver lining right now. It's the biggest thing that the fandom has to rely on right now. I think, like, to look forward to as something that can really be good, right? That we can actually be positive about and be confident about in a way. And you tell me, I think there's going to be a lot of buzz eventually down the road once we get closer to Born Again actually coming out. Even Echo coming out. Knowing Daredevil's going to be in it. I'm not talking Endgame buzz. I'm talking just buzz. I think that, like, we're going to get that excitement back in the MCU a little bit again. Like, we're going to get that, instead of all the shit talking, it's going to be like, hey, we're 8 weeks away from fucking the first episode of Born Again, bitch.
I just can't wait for the show, especially it's going to be the longest episode show on Disney Plus. I'm excited.
I know I was talking to Gunnar earlier, and we were talking about, like, I wonder how long it's going to take to produce 18 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and so I thought to myself, I should probably look it up and see how long it took them to make those those seasons, how long it took to actually produce them all from beginning to finish. To do those. Just in general, just to have an idea of, like, with things being so not cohesive right now with release dates and whatnot and everything in the MCU, just to try to project when we might actually get Daredevil Born Again, right? Just obviously we're not going to get Echo this year. The writing's on the wall on that one. I don't think it's going to happen. If we get anything other than Secret Invasion, it'll be Loki season 2. But Jasmine, I swear, I almost thought about considering starting another YouTube channel just based off of Daredevil, Born Again, and like the new, like the Daredevil universe is going to come out of this whole deal, right? You get where I'm going. There's going to be a lot of content to be made out of it.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of characters. White Tiger, Jessica Jones. Luke Cage could pop up in Daredevil.
That's why I'm excited.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
John Bernthal, the Punisher, is going to be in it. Vincent D'Onofrio already he forgot to keep his mouth shut and already fucking announced it and basically fucking told the world.
I hope that they do something with the blip in regards to talking about their shows.
Oh, how it affected the Netflix characters themselves?
In their shows, yes. I think if they do something with that, it would be amazing. Because we already did that with Fisk in Hawkeye, where he said he was blipped, and that's why he lost all the power in New York. And now he's trying to get all his power back, now that he's back.
I don't know how if they'll even want to touch that.
Well, they already did it with Fisk in Hawkeye.
So no, I just think it's hard. I think it's hard. Like, each individual situation,
no, they can easily just address it, kind of like Fisk did. Just talk about it.
Okay. Executive Judge, I think we're going to get that peak MCU quality back in the latter half of Phase 5 or earlier Phase 6. I agree with that 100%. Jasmine, what do you think? I agree with that 100%.
I agree too.
100%. I think that what you're talking about, Judge, is what we're talking about right now. The fact that I really do believe that the Daredevil Born Again series, Charlie Cox coming over, the fact that we know Bernthal's coming, Punisher's coming, we know we're getting D'Onofrio as Kingpin. We know we're going to get a New York-based Spider-Man that's actually Spider-Man. His neighborhood web swinger type Spider-Man. I think that there's a yearning right now in the fandom for these street level heroes, these street level villains.
Yes.
Right. Not just heroes, right? Jasmine, the villains too.
Yes.
We don't. unfortunately, I know Marvel wanted to go cosmic pretty bad, but I'm not seeing the demand for it, and I think that
Well, they already are getting rid of the Guardians of the Galaxy. What's the point now? Who's going to be cosmic? I mean, what are you going to do?
Everything they've already tried to. I mean, yeah, it's funny though. I don't want to get into a whole thing, but you know as well as I do. A couple of years ago, Feige was touting how they were going to go cosmic. That was the next
and now
big step.
Just like, I think that all when they were going to go cosmic, it had to do with keeping Gunn in the reins because he was such a good writer / director when it came to the cosmic side of Marvel, and with him moving on to bigger and better things, I feel like they just said, you know what, let's slow that down. Let's come back to that. Let's put that on the back burner. Right now, let's deal with getting our Marvel universe to the point of being just as big as the Earth 616 of the comics, because currently the roster has whittled down due to the fact that Scarlet Witch is gone. I mean, Scarlet Witch. Black Widow's gone, and Iron Man's gone.
Speaking of which, there's just been a ton of, if you put MCU news in DuckDuckGo or Google or whatnot and everything, and you look at what the breaking stories are right now, all you see is, for some reason, everyone seems to be so interested in Scarlett Johansson saying, "I'm done with Black Widow." Like, who didn't already fucking know that?
Well, she's done just due to the fact that what are they going to do? I feel like they should recast her.
I just don't even get. I don't understand the premise of it. Like, why is this so fucking relevant?
I think it was like an old interview, and it's just coming into the reigns. That's usually how it goes with news these days.
Unless she badmouthed Marvel Studios or something, or fucking.
Yeah, like she didn't. She just said, "I'm done. Stop trying to ask me to come back."
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm dead. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm dead. Like, what are you gonna do? Make me a variant?
For real?
I think they should use a variant of her with a different cast. A casting, because I really wish they would just, instead of killing off people, bring in variants of them so we can still have those characters in here.
Would you really want a variant of me out there? Like, I mean, look at the damage I've already done to society. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you want a variant of me out there? Like, look, I mean, I have like 87 illegitimate children. Okay, right? And I already had over 10 illegitimate children by 8 years old. All right. Like, look, I'm detrimental to society over here. I mean, I used to, in my former life, Jazz, right, when I was a world-renowned gynecologist, right, gyno man, I was so good at my job that I was literally ruining marriages and shit. Just trying to help out. Just trying to help out, baby. Right? I mean, and at that point, even though I won the the Nobel Peace Prize and everything and whatnot, for being a guy for gynecology and all that and whatnot, I had to step back because I was so good at my job, it was detrimental to the fucking society. So, would you really want a variant of me?
You're off topic.
Only if it's that variant, right?
You're sure. You're a dork.
That's funny. I'd love to see a variant of me. I'd love to meet him. Or her, right? Anyways, folks, we're out of here. We're at the 2-hour mark. We already did our plugs. Jasmine, you got any shout outs, son?
No. Follow me on Twitter.
Hey, there you go. Follow her on Twitter.
Production.
Next time, put the link in the private chat and I'll throw it up.
All right.
The hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes?
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Catch her outside and she'll go outside and do what she has to do. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
okay,
all,
yeah.
This is all, but don't you see this? This is all mouth. This is mouth.
Oh,
So you want to take...
And this is what happens, folks, when you catch her outside.
So, Warner Robins water department behind my house getting dick and his head dicks up. You do know I live here, right?
She said the house was empty. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought my friend was.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go, folks. Catch me outside so I can give you some head.
You're right.
You tell me, please, Jasmine. You have seen the episode of Dr. Phil, right?
I've seen it, and I know that girl is worth a lot of money now.
She got into porn, right?
No, she became a rapper, and then she went into porn.
Oh, she was a rapper too?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look, I have got to find some of that. I need some of that music for intro music.
Actually, she wasn't bad.
Oh, she could flow?
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
No shit. All right. I heard she was on OnlyFans and she was banking over on OnlyFans. these days.
She got OnlyFans late after she turned 18 and got really, really rich off of that.
Well, I would love to have crushed that back in her like Catch Me Outside days.
Ew.
I like that version of her.
Ew.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Andrew, I'll talk to you later, brother. And Jasmine. Bye, folks. We love you. God bless you.
Bye.
Have a wonderful Monday.
It's going down. It's going down, 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 down. It's going down.